Memorial Day is just around the corner, so fire up those grills and get cooking. Joining me now in the kitchen for more of this sponsored interview, Chef Jeff with Smith's. Welcome back.
Hi, Nisha.
So it's the unofficial start of summer, right?
Yes,
when we hit this weekend and then everybody starts grilling, we need tips to do it the right way.
Yes, and I've got plenty of them and plenty of cost-saving things, which I know matters to a lot of people too, so we'll go through all of that.
All right, so I grilled last night. Well, I mean, we all grilled, and chicken's the toughest. I'm glad you're starting with that.
Toughest.
It dries out.
Toughest. Yeah, it dries out and gets tough.
So it's moist.
Okay, so we'll start with chicken. So I would say avoid chicken breast when you're grilling.
And that's typically what we all
Because you're either gonna, because that's what everybody's used to, or what they maybe even like more. But give legs and thighs a chance. And the nice thing about legs and thighs is it's hard to dry them out. You can almost not.
And
it's not going to happen.
Look at these with the skin on, and leave the skin on.
And what I love about these two is this comes in a pack. I don't know, you didn't know if they showed it, but the price for that whole pack was $5.
Are you kidding?
$1.19 a pound.
That's your entire family.
Yeah, and with 8 people. But so you can keep them like this, or these are leg thigh quarters. You can buy them separately. It's even cheaper this way. But you can cut them to separate them. I don't know if the camera will ever show this, but there's like this little line of fat that separates the thigh and the leg. That's a clue as to where.
Oh, that tells you where to cut?
Yep. And then it should just nice and easily cut through. Just like so.
And then you have the two
And then
pieces.
you have legs and thighs.
All right, are you going to marinate?
We are. So legs and thighs do well with marinade. So you can either buy a marinade. Let me talk about this marinade real quick. I just saw it at the store.
Let's talk about it.
So typically I'm going to make my marinade, but I saw this and I thought it was cool.
Chef, I just put it in there and I'm done.
Yeah, there's a bag. It's already in a bag. You just open it up and stick it in there half an hour.
And this has smoky mesquite. It has that sweet teriyaki, garlic and herbs.
I just thought this was cool. This is on the condiment aisle at your local Smith's. But I make my own marinade, and my rule is simple: equal parts lemon juice, Worcestershire sauce, soy sauce,
Is that
olive
what
oil.
all this is?
Yep, those are those 4.
That's all I need?
That is what you're going to do to marinate chicken. Super easy, and marinating adds a lot of flavor, but it also tenderizes a little bit. That's what the lemon juice will do.
How long should you marinate?
I would say at least a half an hour, and then up to overnight, really.
Okay, and you're just going to put those in a bag.
Yeah, we'll put those in a bag,
and I'm going to pour
and then you pour the marinade over the top. And then another tip with chicken and any meat really is to let them come to room temperature before going on the grill.
Oh, so I take this out of the fridge?
Yeah, take it out of the fridge at least a half hour before it's going to go on. Cold meat going onto a hot grill, meat tends to it shocks it.
So then it just toughens up a little bit?
It, yep.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So at room temperature will always do better than
that's such a great tip.
Okay.
Let's move on to our next meat.
Pork, I love pork chops. The nicest and easiest way to do this is to buy it in the loin. It's cheaper that way. A whole loin, $10 can feed at least 5 people.
I love that you're saying
and then
this
cut it into chops from there. Pork does really well on a brine. So a brine is just a mixture of water and salt typically.
All right, so I have my water over here.
So you've got water, you've got salt, and you've got brown sugar I'm going to add. And the brine is going to work, kosher or sea.
Kosher or sea salt, put that in there.
And then brine will work the same as a marinade.
Do I put the sugar in?
Yep, put it in, then you just stir it up until it all dissolves, and then that will be your brine. Brine's the same way as a marinade, at least a half hour, but the difference of flavor that it brings to your pork chops, you'd be amazed, and it keeps them juicy too.
So I've been marinating my pork chops, not brining.
Brine your pork chops.
Brine the pork chops.
Absolutely.
They won't be, again, as tough.
No, and the flavor, you'd be amazed.
Oh, Jeff, I don't know if I can be your sous chef ever again.
No, you're good.
Okay, I just.
But yeah, so brine your pork chops. The last one, so steaks can be super expensive. Beef is expensive. I'm not going to lie about that. But I love to buy tri-tip because not only is it cheaper per pound, but there's hardly any fat on here. It's super lean. Like if you buy a prime, or not a prime rib, but a ribeye steak, they're about 30% fat. They're delicious, but you're paying for fat that's going to melt away.
Okay, what are you putting on there?
This is just a rub. This is a rub that I just found on the spice aisle. It just says beef rub.
Just beef rub?
Yeah.
Okay, so your favorite rub, and you're going to put that on both sides.
In fact, over season it too.
Over season.
Because don't do light, because if you really want it to have a lot
What if there are people around you going, don't make it too spicy?
Yeah, well, then don't get a spicy rub, right?
Don't get a spicy rub. You can still do it.
But yeah, once you've let them all come to room temperature, this is going to be your key.
Let me hold that up so everybody has it.
You have to have this when you're grilling.
I typically pull it out of the fridge and put it on the grill. That's the first thing I'm not
don't
going
do
to
that.
do. And then I need this guy.
Use your meat thermometer, because speaking of chicken breast, do you know when to pull them off a grill?
165?
Yes, 165 is done,
I've
but
looked this up.
don't do it that way.
No?
155.
155.
Because once you pull it off the grill, it's going to continue to cook. It's called carryover cooking.
Can I move this out of the way? Oh, because it continues to cook.
Continues to cook. And then, here. And then I have some dumplings. But yeah, pull them at 155, and then they should go to 165 as they rest for those final
look at all of
10
our
minutes
pieces.
or so before
Look
you
at
do
those pork chops.
So the pork chops are
grind.
juicy.
Those look gorgeous.
The meat, this is going to feed
I
5
think you
easily.
should cut this
yeah.
higher.
So
Look at
tri-tip has a grain. Go against that grain, and you'll be tender. But look at that, beautiful.
You could serve that right up with your corn on the cob.
Look at all the
your
juices
green
still running
salad.
there, right?
And you let these sit before you cut.
Always rest your meat at least 10 minutes before
Rest at
cooking.
least. I know you're excited, and I sometimes get too excited.
Yeah.
But it tastes better. The juices go back in,
Yeah,
right?
yep, they redistribute.
Chef, you know what you're doing.
Yep.
I love it. I learned so many things today. SmithsFoodAndDrug.com. Go there and save money on your grilling coming up this Memorial weekend. There's a Smiths near you. They're on social media and on our website. And thanks to Smiths for this sponsored recipe. Happy summer.
Yeah, happy Memorial Day.
To you
Thanks
back.
to all those who serve.
I know. Oh, thank you so much.
Yes.
I'm glad you mentioned that. Hot topics when we come back on the show. Can I have a bite?
Yes, go for it.